Good evening. I'm Chief Robert Kochen, as George has described, of the Tarpon Springs Police Department. It's truly an honor to be here with you tonight. I really want to speak from the heart. My father was a Marine during the Korean War. He died in 2006. Our department does whatever we can do to support events like this because it's so important to the fabric of our country. So George, thank you. I'd like to say a couple words of thanks to the Santa Soldiers of America. Thank you. And I got to digress. I love my people to death. Without them, Tarpon Springs Police Department wouldn't be what it is today. So I want to thank all the members of the Tarpon Springs Police Department. I call them Tarpon's finest. They truly are. Can you guys hear me in the back? Okay, I'll talk a lot louder. I would also like to thank all of you for being here today to support this honorable cause. I am truly proud to be a part of this Memorial Day celebration. I hope my words tonight serve to really describe the importance of this federal holiday. I want to read a quote from David Kenyon Webster. David Kenyon Webster was in the 101st Airborne Division. He was a private in World War II. He parachuted in on D-Day. He was also featured on the HBO series Band of Brothers. So these words I'm about to read mean a lot to me, and I hope they do the same for you, because I know that you're all here for the same reasons that I'm here and George is here. But let me quote, "Those things which are precious are saved only by sacrifice. Today is the day we honor those that have sacrificed and those that have paid the ultimate price to save that which is precious to us as a nation." What is that we consider precious? I believe most of us would answer freedom, liberty, and justice for all. Memorial Day is a day of remembering the men and women who have courageously given of themselves so that we may remain a strong and free republic. We honor those brave Americans today for their service, their lives, and their sacrifice, unquote. All of us here tonight know that it is extremely important for us as Americans to never forget the true meaning of this day. However, for some reason, some people tend to just think of this day as a barbecue and let's go eat hot dogs and go out on a boat and have fun. But all of us here tonight, we understand these basic principles. If we fail to understand and appreciate the cost of freedom, we will be a weaker nation. If we do not appreciate and honor the lives lost in defense of our nation, we will be a weaker nation. If we fail to realize the sacrifices of those who have put others before themselves, we will be a weaker nation. And if we lose tonight the sight of the real reason why we are all here, we will be a weaker nation. We owe it to ourselves, to our children, and to our country to never forget the ultimate sacrifices that these servicemen and women made on behalf of the greatest nation in the world. As we move forward from tonight, let us all here continue to honor these brave men and women who died securing our freedoms. As we move forward from tonight, let us do our part to honor and respect all those who have served in the armed forces of this great nation and honor those who are serving in the armed forces of this great nation. As we move forward from tonight, let us thank and support the military families, both past and present, who sacrificed so much for this great nation. Folks, these families are also the heroes of America. As we move forward tonight, let us honor and respect all the police officers and firefighters that gave the ultimate sacrifice protecting the American people. And as we move forward from tonight, let us always remember that freedom is not free, and that great sacrifices have been made to secure our freedoms. If we do not appreciate and honor the lives lost in defense of our nation, we will not prevail. As I near the end of my remarks, I would like to reflect on a speech in 1940 by Sir Winston Churchill, who uttered these words during the Battle of Britain. "Never in the field of human conflict was so much owed by so many to so few, and And that remark was made directly towards the courageous men and women who fought in the British Royal Air Force during the Blitz. The country was on the precipice, and these heroic heroes saved England. And those words mean so much to me when I think about the history of our great military. And folks, our military is great. Think about how these words, in my mind as an American, apply to all the men and women who served in the armed forces of this great nation with distinction and honor, and to those who are serving in the armed forces of this great nation with distinction and honor. And let us never forget that these words also to apply to every American who gave the ultimate sacrifice for this country while serving in the Army, the Navy, the Marines, the Air Force, and the Coast Guard. As we move forward, may we as Americans never forget the ultimate sacrifice that these brave men and women made while serving in the armed forces. May we as Americans always honor and respect the brave men and women that have served in this armed forces of this great nation. May we as Americans always honor and respect the brave men and women who are serving in the armed forces of this great nation. And may we as Americans always honor and respect the military families who sacrifice so much for this great nation. And when we think of our armed forces, both past and present, may we never forget, as Americans, that so much is owed to many by so few. As Chief of Police, on behalf of the Tarpon Springs Police Department, may God bless you. May God bless all the men and women serving in our armed forces and their families. May God bless all the police officers and firefighters who risk their lives every day to protect us. And may God bless America. Thank you.